Hi everyone, so last week most of you had voted for me to review the Heavenly Wasp-Waist training corset. So here it is. So here's the front, the side, the back, and the other side. So for the length and the fit of this, the center front here is 12 inches high, and you can see that most of the circumferential measurements are actually quite well fitting. Elle took measurements of my rib cage, my waist, and my upper hips here, and she also took some vertical measurements because I mentioned to her that I have quite a long torso. So I feel absolutely no pinching in my ribs or my hips whatsoever. I feel that it is quite well fitting. The one thing that I do have an issue with the fit is just the back here, where you can see it's bowing out slightly at the waistline. I don't know if it has to do with the grommets being set a little bit more far apart than would be optimal for lacing, or if the bones at the back are perhaps not strong enough. But when I pull the laces, even just at the waistline, when I pull the bunny ears, the top of the corset and the bottom of the corset want to just overlap and still leave a gap in the center. Now if I have somebody to help me up, like my father helped lace me up today, then you can get the back more parallel as opposed to bowing. However, I can't have somebody lace me up every day, so that's the only issue. However, in terms of the actual construction of the corset and how it was made to fit, I feel that it is quite comfortable. You can see that it comes right up to my underwire of my bra, and I don't have any of that nasty spillover or muffin top that I usually get with most off-the-rack corsets. As well, because it's a long line corset here, you can see that it gives a nice smooth silhouette, and there's no sort of reverse up muffin top of like the hips kind of oozing out beneath the corset. So I'm quite happy with the fit overall. Okay, so here's a corset laying flat. For the material of this, it's 3 main layers. The outer fashion fabric is a red satin coutil, and this is actually the first corset I ever owned with real satin coutil. The difference between satin coutil and regular satin is that the satin coutil has a slightly denser weave, and it's cotton backed for strength. And then there's another layer of twill as interlining, and then a soft, lightweight cotton liner on the inside. For the construction of this corset, it was made from a 6-panel pattern, so the corset itself is 12 panels total. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For the construction, it looks like the coutil panels were lock stitched at the seams, and then the allowances were pressed open and zigzag stitched again. Elle mentions that each seam is triple stitched, so this makes sense. Some people may not consider this very aesthetically pleasing, but if it makes for a strong corset, then I certainly don't mind the zigzag stitching on there. The bones are then sandwiched between the satin coutil and the twill interlining, and then the cotton lining inside is a primarily floating liner, although the waist tape is stitched directly to the lining instead of to the strength layers. And here is the waist tape. It's 1 inch wide twill tape. You can see that it is between the lining and the twill interlining, but you can see the stitching all the way across the width of the corset. The binding at top and bottom of the corset is made out of a commercial red satin bias tape that's machine stitched on both sides. So you can see it was first stitched on the outer side, and then it was folded under and stitched again, both by machine. And so you can just see a top stitching there, so that on the underside the rest of the binding is just caught in the stitching. There is an unboned Modesty panel in the back here, and you can see that it is about 4.5 inches wide here, and it is made from 2 layers, the outer satin coutil and the inner lightweight cotton. You can see that it's stitched down on one side here, but it's easily removable if you want to suspend it or take it out. And for the front here, you can see that there is no front placket beneath the busk. So the busk here is quite a heavy duty busk, 1 inch wide on each side with 5 pins here. It's quite stiff. It keeps my abdomen nice and flat. And if I take my measuring tape here again, you can see that it is just 11 inches long here. For the bones, there are 22 steel bones in this corset, not including the busk at the center front, and they're all flat bones. So the seams between the panels, they're all double boned with 3/8 inch wide flat steel bones, so slightly wider than a 1/4 inch wide. but on the outer edge of the grommets, they put in 1/2 inch wide flats. Elle typically uses all flats in her corsets, but if you want spirals instead, I suggest you contact her and see if that's available. And here are the grommets. There are 20 2-part size 00 grommets done on each side. I have a medium lip around, and they're spaced about 1 1/4 inches apart here. I would have preferred for them to be spaced closer together and there would be more of them, but functionally they're great. There's no pulling away whatsoever. They seem to be set quite sturdily. And here you can also see the underside, and you can see that there's no splits and no evidence of any pulling away at all. And here are the laces. They are 1/4 inch wide flat braided cotton laces, not nylon. They're very easy to pull, they grip really well, they glide through the grommets quite well too. Not much fraying or wear so far. The only thing about cotton, in my opinion, is that they're more user-friendly, they grip well, they hold the bows really well, but they're intrinsically not as strong as polyester threads, so they do have to be replaced a little bit more often. However, I have had this corset for about 9 months now, and I haven't had to change the laces yet. The price for this particular corset, the waist training corset, which is made to withstand 23 hours a day, 7-day-a-week use, this is £160, which converts to about $250 in Canada and the US. If you like this style or this shape of corset, but you don't want to waist train in it, you just want it for occasional use, you can just buy the normal wasp-waist corset, which is only £120, which converts to about $185. So I hope you found this review informative. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, then please click the button and help support the channel. If you have any questions or comments, you want any clarification, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will be happy to get back to you. I will put up a poll on Facebook tonight so that you can vote for which corset you want me to review next week. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!